I'm Tony Scott with bnetTV. We are here at Showstoppers during IFA in Berlin 2012, and I am speaking with HomePlug's Mr. Rob Ranck. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Very well, thank you very much, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
For all the people out there in bnetTV land, why don't you give us a brief overview of what HomePlug is and what you're doing here during IFA and at Showstoppers?
Well, HomePlug is an industry group, and what we do is we take the wiring inside of homes and we turn it into a network. So many of the products just plug in, and now you've got an instant Ethernet network throughout the home.
Well,
And
go ahead,
yeah, and I was just going to say HomePlug started actually back in 2000. So we've had actually most of our deployments have been here in Europe. We've got a lot in the U.S. Of course, you can buy a HomePlug product, Best Buy, Amazon, that sort of thing, and in Asia. But the volumes, you know, for the last 10 years have largely been here in Europe.
Let's talk about two particular primary applications for the product. First of all, is it just taking any particular machine and plugging it into the wall? Does it work over the electrical network, or does it actually communicate with the your wireless network?
Well, basically, what HomePlug is a power line networking technology. What that means is we take the wiring that's inside the home and we turn it into a network media. And that means that at two ends of the network, or multiple ends, I should say, you have these Ethernet connections. So now inside your home, you don't have to run any Ethernet cable. Now you just plug in HomePlug adapters anywhere in the home and you have an instant Ethernet connection.
So what are the speeds like, and what's the security like?
Well, security actually is, I'll speak to that first. Security is, it's heavily encrypted. It uses what's called 128-bit AES encryption. But that doesn't mean that you got to learn passwords or that sort of thing. It's a real plug-and-play technology. There's also, if you want to go to heavier encryption and passwording, we have a push-button scheme for pairing devices together. In terms of speeds, the current generation of HomePlug at the physical rate, which is a maximum theoretical rate, is 200 megabit. In practice in the homes, you'll get somewhere between, say, 60 and 100 megabits of performance, which is faster than many wireless, connections, Wi-Fi. We have a next generation. We've already finished the specification. HomePlug's in alliance, and what we do is standards and specifications, and then we certify the products to make sure that they meet those standards and specifications.
Outside of your regular TV or computer that you naturally would want to have, on the network, is there appliances that most people put on the network? Like, what's another common use for the plug-and-play technology?
I think in terms of, you have to sort of separate it from today and tomorrow. Today, people use them. If you walk into Best Buy in the U.S., you'll see HomePlug adapters sitting in the gaming section, right. and their connection. Best Buy has a house brand called Rocketfish, and you'll see HomePlug Rocketfish adapters, right? And on the box it says, to connect your Xbox or your, PlayStation or your Wii, so to speak. So that's one application that's there now. Blu-ray players, you mentioned TVs, Blu-ray players. Those are all now. Set-top boxes, of course, drive most, the highest volumes of HomePlug. In Germany, Deutsche Telekom, France Telecom, British Telecom, they all ship HomePlug products with their IPTV rollouts. Okay. In the U.S., a lot of people use cable for multi-room DVR, the coax connections. In Europe, they use the power line. They use HomePlug.
Let's move into maybe a business use case.
Sure. Well, we touched upon, of course, the service providers using HomePlug. Now, what this is their primary network to deliver services. We also have versions of HomePlug that are designed for MDUs, for apartments and for hotel, type applications. One of the large uses of HomePlug for businesses, as an example, is right now in China. There are a lot of companies that are deploying HomePlug actually using it both over the power line and over coax connections into multi-dwelling units. So in other words, large apartment complexes. The other thing that we should talk about is the whole smart energy and smart grid application.
Very important to speak about that.
Much of that is still future-oriented. We've got the standards done, we've got the specifications done, but the products are still rolling out. So here in Germany, of course, all of the German automotive manufacturers are on board with using HomePlug. It's a version of HomePlug called HomePlug Green Fi. And what that does is it takes the cost of HomePlug way down. It also decreases the speed of it, but it gives a connection for electric vehicles so that when you plug into a charging station, your energy company, your utility company is going to know and communicate to your car as you consume the power and charge your cars.
I think that not only from a business use case, but the personal consumer as well is quite conscious about the amount of energy that they're using on a consistent basis, and when there's no need to consume energy in a particular area, most people are now conscious enough that they need to turn that off just for the sheer cost savings. I mean, at this point in the economy, that's what people are looking for.
Sure. Well, and of course, that's as we get to more and more generations of HomePlug, what we've done is really made it more, energy. It consumes far less energy. It's got power-saving modes and other things in it that decrease. So all of the newer products, you'll see that they consume far less power than they used to.
And then finally, Rob, where can I get the product again, and how do I roll it out in my home?
Well, the easiest place to get the products is to walk into a store. I go into stores all over. If I'm here in Germany, I would go to Media Markt. If I was in the UK and London on High Street, I could go into PC World and buy HomePlug. Right. I can go into Best Buy. I can go in Amazon. I can search on HomePlug or Powerline, and I'll get dozens of HomePlug products. So they're very easy to find, and they're available throughout the world.
Fantastic, Rob. Thanks very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us, and I hope we get a chance for an update again in the future. Fantastic product and well positioned in the market space.
Sounds great. Thanks.
I've been speaking with Mr. Rob Ranck of HomePlug here at Showstoppers during IFA in Berlin 2012. I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV.